Hey, I'm Melanie Duppins. I'm the founder of Bricker28.com. We exist to help you find your best job faster than you thought possible. So today's episode is right in that lane. We want to talk about what to do when you get to the end of a job search and you have an offer in your hand. And so this seems really obvious, right? Like say yes or say no if the salary is too low, etc. But it's actually much more nuanced than that. And I want to share with you a couple of mistakes that I've made or that my friends have made or that my mentees have made that I think might help you as you approach the last round of a job search. So here's the first thing. Don't be duped. I've had this happen to me. My friends have had this happen to them. They'd be referred to a place by a friend. Oh, you'd love working here. It'd be so great. The culture is so great. We're doing great things. And you don't investigate for yourself. And you get rope-a-doped. Here's the tricky thing you have to remember. Even if the person who's recommending the job to you is a friend and they know you well, they aren't you. The things that are must-haves for you in a job might not be the same for them. Additionally, they may be working in a different department than you would work in. And the experience of working in one department or another can be wildly different in a company. Additionally, they may be at a different level in the company than you are. And it looks different from the top. So their view may be totally honest, but it may not match what you would actually experience. What I'm saying is if you're getting a spidey sense check in your gut that this isn't the place for you, but you're saying, well, you know, this person recommended this job to me, they know me. No, do not ignore your spidey senses. Additionally, look for cues in the actual interview process about the culture of the company. Are they super rude to you? Do they not give you enough information? Do they change dates on you all the time? Do your interviewers have to swap out last minute and are unprepared? All that stuff is a cue that things may not be what they seem. Check out Glassdoor.com. See what other people are saying about the company before you commit. The second thing I'd mention, and I've been guilty of this as well, and especially earlier in my career, is don't just take the offer without thinking about what you really want and need. This is more art than science, so I don't want to be dogmatic here. But I want you, whenever you apply for a job, to do some research on Glassdoor.com, Salary.com, other salary survey kind of websites, and figure out in your market, for your skills, where's the salary at? So for example, if you know for an accounting associate in New York City, the salary is $50,000. And it goes from 50 to maybe 60,000. I don't know. I don't do accounting in New York, so I have no idea. But let's say that was the salary. And you know you only have 1 or 2 years of experience. So you could expect to play somewhere in the first half of that band, right? 50 to 55. And so if you know that going into the job search and somebody offers you 48, you can push pretty hard for 51. If you don't know that, when they offer you 48, your first job out of college, you're so excited, you're like, yes, I'll take it. So I really want you to have the knowledge in your pocket when you get that offer letter so that when you feel compelled to just say yes, you can push back if it doesn't meet your needs. Employers often play this game and it's falling out of favor. So in a few years, hopefully that won't be the case. They'll ask you for your previous salary so that they can just build incrementally upon it rather than paying you for the level of job that you're doing. And I would really be careful about that. When somebody asks you, so what's the minimum salary that you'll accept? Our instinct is to rationalize it, especially women. This is what we say. We say, well, I'm making 45 now, so if I got an additional 5K, that would be enough to make me move. Terrible. You're negotiating against yourself. Instead, what I want you to do is I want you to think about that number that you found. Remember, we did the salary surveys and it was 51, let's say. And you can say, you know, for the level of role that this is, and given that I'm very happy in my current job, I would need a salary of 51 or greater to consider making this move. And that way you're being authentic and you're not nickeling and diming yourself. You don't need to explain it. As long as you're not asking for something that's ridiculous, out of band, totally out of industry, you don't need to explain it. So in short, I would advocate for leading with the salary you want, not building upon the salary you currently have, especially if you're jumping levels. So let's say you're currently a marketing manager at a nonprofit and you're making $56,000 a year, and you want to move to a marketing director role at a different nonprofit. Let's say that nonprofit, being savvy, asks you, well, you know, what's your current salary because we want to do a little better than that. Your temptation would be, oh, they're a nonprofit, they cannot pay me, I should be super nice and tell them. And I'm telling you, no, don't do it. Instead, I want you to think about that salary that we started with and say to them, given the scope of this role, I really want a salary somewhere between 65 and 67K in order to make this jump. They can choose to take it or not take it, but you don't need to tell them your previous salary in order to ask them for what you want. The last thing I'd mention is negotiate for the benefits that you want. This is someplace I've made a lot of mistakes on in the past. So, make sure you know how many vacation days you get. Make sure you understand the health plan. Make sure you understand what their philosophy is on flex time or working from home. All the things that matter. I'm not saying have a 2-hour conversation with the HR person. What I am saying is get the details you need to make an informed decision for your family. So please take the time to be very clear about the extra benefits that you'll get and negotiate on the front end if you need to for the benefits that you want. So those are my 3 big tips. The bottom line is don't just say yes. Be thoughtful about the culture. Is it the place you want to work? Be thoughtful about the salary. Is it a salary you'll be pleased with? Be thoughtful about the benefits and negotiate for the ones you need. If you do that and you say yes, you'll not only have a great job, but you'll have a job you're very contented with for the long haul. Was this helpful? I hope so. If yes, check me out at breaker28.com and subscribe to our email list there. Bonus, if you subscribe to the email list there, you'll have access to tools that I create just for my readers to accelerate their career.